Hi everyone, my name is Issa, also known as Issaplease, and today we're going to be unboxing the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf Giving Journal for 2019. Yay! So last year I was able to review 3 journals, but this year, because I've decided to just stick to my Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf journal, I will only be reviewing this one. Unless, of course, if you guys send me a journal that you want me to talk about, then feel free to leave me a message or to contact me through all my social media channels. If you're an avid coffee drinker, or if you're just someone who actively likes to participate in the sticker collection bonanza that happens every Christmas season, then you obviously know what the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf Giving Journal is all about. Just to give you guys a little bit of an idea, I have been working very closely with Coffee Bean this year. I've been promoting a lot of their products, and I'm very, very, very grateful to them for trusting me this entire 2018. Sometime this October, actually it was the day before my birthday, I was invited to sort of a giving back activity, which is the whole concept of the Giving Journal itself. I actually got to help out 2, or actually it was a little bit more than 2 girls. It was an event where we got to sit down with orphan girls and boys, and we got to spend the entire day with them making different arts and crafts. I think we were supposed to have an entire day full of different activities, but because the upcycling activity where we used sacco bags that were cut into pieces and converted into bags was so difficult, we ended up just doing that. But nevertheless, it was such a wonderful experience. I was so happy to be able to do that, and I was more grateful to Coffee Bean for giving me the opportunity. So if I've never said thank you to you guys yet, thank you so much for giving me that chance to spend time with the little boys and girls of that orphanage, and I do intend to visit again. So if you guys like this content, I hope that you subscribe and follow me on all my socials so that you can get updates. And because we were a part of that activity, we were given the Giving Journals, which is what is inside this box. So if you guys are looking for an organizer for the year 2019 and you drink a lot of coffee, then you should probably get, or most likely, and I strongly urge you to get, the Coffee Bean Giving Journal. Not just because of the design or anything, but because of the values and the story that's behind it. I personally love it when a brand has some strong backstory behind it and strong core values, and I've been working with Coffee Bean for a while, and I can truly say that this is the company that truly cares about the people in their community and giving back, and that is honestly something that I would really want to help in. And so the contents of this box also have a little activity that I want to share with you. I know that you guys came here to see the contents of the box, and I kind of gave you a long backstory, but I felt like it was important for me to tell you guys that, so thank you for listening if you actually did. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open it for everyone's pleasure. So it came in a really nice purple box, which is obviously the colorway of Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, and inside it has a few contents in it. So they also asked me to choose which water bottle that I wanted, and I chose it in purple because, you know, purple is such a nice color, and I've never really owned anything that was in purple, so I thought that 2019 was going to be the year where I did something completely different, and so I chose the purple tumbler. This is a really cute tumbler, guys. Aside from the really cute packaging, it's super minimalist. It is also really sturdy. Like, holding it right now, it's not made of plastic, or it's not just made out of plastic, but I know that it's infused with different things like metal and stuff like that, obviously because of this. And I know that this is pretty durable, and it will also maintain, or I really don't know what the term is, but I know that it insulates whatever you put in here. If you want it cold, it'll stay cold for a while. If you want it to be hot, it'll stay hot for a while. And so I'm very lucky to have this, because I already have the mug, I already have the plastic cup, and now this completes my Coffee Bean collection. So thank you guys so much. Also inside it comes with a little note, and it says, "Live generously with the Giving Journal." So yeah. As we celebrate this very special time of the year with the launch of our 2019 Giving Journal, we hope to encourage each individual to live generously. Through the pages of the Giving Journal, rooted in the principles of generosity, we hope to inspire you to get out there and live in love and contentment. So inside the giving box, the gifts include a giving journal, coupons to get 2 free slots to one of our Caring Cup events next year, beverage coupons, a reading checklist that will encourage you to live generously, and a generosity challenge checklist. So I'm super excited about that. Basically, I get to choose from a list of challenges, and then I will give it to someone who is willing to do the same things, and then she or he is willing to pass it on to someone else. So I don't really know what the challenges are, but we're gonna go through that in a bit. Since the challenge is about generosity, make sure to add 1 personalized item for the person you'll pass it on to. As we close this letter, we leave you with these words written in our giving journal that are: happy is the person whose life revolves around giving rather than receiving. Happy is the person that learns to live a generous life. May you live a life of generosity. Happy holidays ahead. Love, the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. Apparently, guys, hindi ko pa i-reveal yung giving journal. So that's just a little bit of Tagalog for anyone who's watching and is wondering why I'm not speaking in Tagalog. Because you heard how it sounds and that's how it sounds. So we'll just do this in English. But thank you so much for watching if you're in Luzon, Visayas, or Mindanao. Here is the Live Generously, the Generosity Challenge checklist. And it says to choose at least 1 thing to do in our recommended list of ways you can be generous. I'm so excited to do this. I think I'm gonna start with my sister. So it says generosity in time, generosity in talent, and then next is generosity in treasure. So I don't really know which one of the 3 I'm gonna do, but I think because I always say that I never have time for anything, I will do generosity in time. Well, you guys can follow me on all my socials. I am Issaplease, and you can find out what I do there. It also has a generosity reading list. I'm not gonna go through it, but if you want to see it, I will put it on the blog. I'm currently reading The Gift of Anger by Mahatma Gandhi's grandson, and so I guess I'm gonna go through that and then I'm gonna take a look at this list. But thank you guys so much for the list. And now for the moment that you've all been waiting for, I am finally going to unveil the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf 2019 Giving Journal. But first, I'm gonna drag this on as much as I can. If you want to give this to someone, it's pretty cute because it has like this little sleeve in front that says to and from. So there are actually 4 covers to this. There are 2 that are covered in cork material, which are very cute if you like the minimalist design. I know a lot of you like that. There's also a black one with the gold decals or details on it, and I know a lot of you also like that because when I asked you on my Instagram, everyone said that they like that, but I personally really was drawn towards this color. I just think black is a bit of a safe color, but also really stood out. But I'm just like, a lot of people would choose black because they don't want it to get dirty, but I'm also very drawn to like this grayish aqua color. The color scheme of my wedding is going to be blue, and so I could not help but lean towards this color. And in fact, my original color for the tumbler was actually also blue, but they ran out of that, so I chose the purple one. If you're considering getting this journal, then this is sort of like a walkthrough of what you can expect. I haven't used an organizer I consider this big in a while, considering that I don't go to school, I go to work, I carry a bag every day, and so I am a little bit concerned that this is a little bit big. But I've been using the Starbucks 2018 planner that was like a bit like 3/4 smaller than this one, and I figured that I kind of like ran out of space, and so maybe I do need more space, especially that 2019 is going to be a very exciting and jam-packed year. So I guess bigger is better in terms of 2019. I'm expecting a lot of things to happen, so I might as well own it. Get a bigger journal. So once you open the journal, it does have a lot of these inspirational words and stuff like that. I'm not gonna read it. If you're really curious, then I guess you can go to the Coffee Bean outlets near you and check it out there. It also has like your personal information. It has their story, so if you don't know about Coffee Bean, you can get the journal and find out more about them. But they have apparently been around since 1963. You keep losing me, sorry, there. Anyways, it has other stuff in here, which I think was my issue last year because there's just so much paper in here, and I sort of kind of wanted to get straight to the point. But you know, this also really does build your branding, and it makes you feel a lot closer to the brand, so I understand why it is important. I guess I was just really heartless and I didn't appreciate it that much, but I will take the time to read it this year. If you guys are wondering, the paper is quite thick, and I know that you guys want me to check it with a gel pen, and so we're gonna go ahead and do that later. And I might use a Sharpie also just to show you guys like how thick it is. Here is like just like a giving tree, and it really does inspire you to give back to the community this year. And my favorite, although I've never really gotten around to ever using my coupons, I like to say coupons, so I've never really gotten around to using my coupons, but I will try my best this year. And actually, I really like the things that they give away, because like every month it's 100 off, it's buy one take one, they give you free iced tea. It's a lot of free stuff instead of just like discounts for stuff that you never really wanted. And so I am definitely keeping this, and I'm going to use it. It also has like an overview of the entire year, which is very useful. Every single month there is a special piece of artwork, and this is basically the artist's interpretation of what giving is, or the essence of giving is. And it also has their own story, and I can't seem to remember right now, but I know that there are a couple of Cebuano artists from this in this year. I don't know why that was so hard to say. There are a couple of Cebuano artists that were able to make it into the book this year, and they have awesome artwork. I'm gonna try to find it and show it to you guys. But everyone, I mean, in this book it is purely Filipino artists, which makes me so proud. Anyways, once you're done with the artwork, every single month sort of has this. So it's your top 3 goals to be more generous this month. It's treasure, time, and talents, and what to do to achieve these goals. So it kind of helps you get through that. And there's also a reflection page on the other side. I'm just going to come in a little closer. That says reflections, ways to express more gratitude in my life. And so I think that this is really special, and it has your devotions or your prayers here. If you're not someone who's super religious like I am, you might not think that you need it, but you never know when it can come in handy. Well, 2018 wasn't that bad, but I wish that I had this with me, and I think it would have helped a lot. It actually makes you sit down and just reflect first and foremost. And then for January, it also has this, and it helps you align everything that you need to prioritize for this month. And then it gives you also this block set, which I find very, very, very useful, just so that I have an overview. It seems that everyone is going for the vertical. No, this is horizontal. Everyone's going for the horizontal grids. I always liked it when it was vertical, but you know what, I have no choice, but you know, I like it anyways. I've lived like 2-3 years with this design, so I can probably make it through the next. And that's basically how it looks, guys. There's also one big blank page here on this side where you can write all your notes, and it has grids as well, so if you want to bullet journal and whatnot, then you also can do that. So at the end of the month, it also has here an application. So at the start of the month, you're supposed to make your reflections and whatnot, and then by the end of the month, you're supposed to apply. So it has just like questions for you, and let's see if it's the same for every single month. Okay, so it's the same for every single month, and it basically says, given your learnings this past month, what do you think God is leading you to? What should you start, stop, and continue doing in your life to honor God and love others? It's not focusing. There. How can you be more relationally generous? And write out your commitments, lift them up to the Lord in prayer, and invest time reflecting on how you can live them out. So sorry if it's not really zooming in, but you basically get the point. I read it out to you, and so I think that's really cute. You don't have to be religious to do this. I'm curious to see if it does anything for me spiritual wise, which I think it will, because you know, you have to sit down. The most intimate times I have every single week is when I actually sit down with my journal and write down everything that I need to do, and so I think that this is really gonna help. It's basically the same all throughout, with just different artworks in between at the start of every month, and I think that's something really interesting for you to check out. At the back, it just has their social medias, and it has their store directories, and it also comes with some stickers. I never really use my stickers, but I really do intend to use them this year. Also, when you close it, or yeah, before you open the journal, it also has like this elastic band so that you can keep all the contents of your journal in place, and it also has like this little sleeve. I find this particularly useful because I like to put money and stuff in it whenever I'm just carrying my journal around, and it also has 2 little taggies. So usually what I like to do this with is I use it for the current date, and then for something that I need to flip through, whether it was in the past or it was in the future, if I have something that's coming up, or if I have to recall something and then look back at it again at the end of the day. So that's basically how I use my journal, and that's basically what the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf 2019 Giving Journal looks like. Ta-da! So I just put it back and then I put it out. I know that you guys are curious to see what kind of ball pens work best on this, and so I am gonna switch over to my dining room or living room and show you guys me using different pens with it. So yay. It's gonna be darker, just so you guys know, but you'll basically, well, you have eyes and you can see, so you'll figure it out. I've never really done this before, so I don't really know how I'm gonna show it to you, but I'm basically just gonna be writing on the notebook and then showing you how it looks like. I'm gonna be using different pens for this. Let's start off with this one, which is like just the basic ballpoint pen, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. Jean-Louis. I actually don't really like this pen. So this is what it looks like with just your regular ballpoint pen. Jean, that's my name. Obviously, it's not gonna blot at the back. The paper is quite thick, guys. It's very nice paper to write on. It seems sturdy. So the next thing that we're gonna write with is my G-Tech pen, which is a lot skinnier, and so I guess it's finer, so it will most likely pierce your paper if that's what you're trying to find out. But this is what I use. I am so many things I can't even reach the paper anymore. So that's what it looks like. Let's zoom it in. And then I guess you guys can see if it blots at the back. So no blotting, but because I write really heavily, it kind of seeps at the back. Okay, the next is this pen, which is a Chirp gel ink pen, and it's in 0.5, so it's a lot thicker. That's my birthday. It still doesn't mark at the back. The ultimate test, I'm guessing, is if it can withstand a marker. There, I wrote it, and I still use the same amount of pressure that I use on this and like the other pens, and voila, it doesn't show at the back. I don't really want to write on my journal using a pencil pen, but because we're already here, let's go ahead and do that. So I just used the marker, pencil pen actually. So I wrote Issaplease.com, and oh, you know what? It is seeping a little bit at the back. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's like a little bit of blotting at the back, but it's very minimal. There's your answer. It can write with markers and pencil pens, but I highly do not suggest that you do. That was my review. I hope that you guys like it. Don't forget to drop by your nearest Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. It works the same way as every single coffee place works. You need to purchase a certain amount of drinks or reach a certain amount in order for you to get the stickers in order to complete this. I will put all the details that you're looking for on my blog. That's Issaplease.com. So if you like this video, please do like, subscribe, share, and tag your friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!